Most teenagers in the US play video games, and video games are among one of the most popular pastimes for teenagers. But are video games positively or negatively affecting their behaviors? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is William Gaviria, and today I'll be answering the question, to what extent have video games positively affected the behavior of teens in the eastern coast of the United States for the past 20 years? Now, what do we mean by behavior? What we mean by behavior is the ability of someone's capability to use both social skills and cognitive skills to interact with others positively. Social skills. Teenagers who play online video games are more often than not involved in playing fire teams. Now, fire teams are online squads that work together to complete the mission or goal at hand. Playing in these fire teams requires someone to build trust and to acquire the ability to communicate with the person clearly. Playing in these games can cause an increase in one's social skills. For example, Fortnite, an online multiplayer battle royale where the objective is for you and your four-man squad to eliminate the remaining 96 players and achieve the legendary victory royale. This has also helped children. Dr. Mark J. Griffin, professional in learning disabilities, states that in Fortnite, players chat with their partners or squads as they try to win. This can have positives for kids who struggle to connect with other kids. It gives a reason to talk about strategy and find common ground with peers. Cognitive skills. Many gamers have to perform quick thinking decisions that could and may cause panic or angry behavioral outbursts in things like jobs. For example, you and your coworkers have to complete a project in your job. Now, you guys are struggling because you don't have a plan put in place. This will cause frustration and can cause you to get angry and have outbursts. Due to video games and the high intensity gameplay that you go through for countless of hours, this can cause a teenager to learn self-control and quick decision making. An example of this is a study conducted in 2011 showed that people who played video games were better than non-gamers in the ability to fly and land aerial drones, and more essentially as good as trained pilots, people who dedicate their lives to this profession. Parents. Parents believe that there is a large correlation between violence and video games. And yes, there has been a lot of research and examples done on violence in video games. For example, the large amount of school shootings that have been around the country. This is normally, people normally blame these school shootings on violent video games. However, people like Jane McGonigal disagree. She states that games like World of Warcraft give players the means to save worlds and incentive to learn the habits of heroes. This graph to your right also supports that. This graph compares the violent and youth crime versus video game sales. From 1996 to 2011. You can see that the red line being the violence and youth crime is going down as video game sales tend to go up. The ability to use one's cognitive and social skills to positively interact with others is the ability to behave positively. We can conclude that, yes, video games have had a positive effect on teenagers over the past 20 years. Thank you. What questions do you have?
Harley, we got two questions for you. First up, how valid and reliable are the sources that you use, and how do you know?
Well, I ran them through the Pace Raven test in order to test their validness.
All right. Sorry, I'm scribbling. And then next question. What additional questions emerged as you were going along through the research?
Well, because there is a lot of information on like hand-eye coordination and reaction time, I was thinking about changing the question to something like that that has to work with how your abilities in like sports and are affected by video games.
You're done, bro.